come to order, September 24th, 2019, all present. Motion to open meeting, and it's going to be video and audio taped.
Motion to open meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor? Motion passes. Okay, we're gonna do a septic plan. Is that a retreat lot, D Peckham Road?
That's the one.
Okay, you got that there, Joe?
Yep. Jamie from Zenith is here. There was a couple of changes that we had asked for. One of them had to do with a suite, which we made that correction, and the other one had to do with the retaining wall that's out front here. So the suite was originally a 90, and he's modified it to be a couple of 45s, which is basically what we were looking for.
Yeah, in the top right-hand corner, I'm sorry, top left-hand corner
Yeah.
on sheet two.
What about the wall?
The wall, they have a pre-engineered retaining wall. I think somebody's got some
Yeah,
specs on it.
did I take the cut sheet or did I give it
I
back?
gave it back, I thought you said we didn't need it. So,
No, that's
I
okay.
can go
Yeah,
back.
we added a note to it there, they're basically the block wall.
Yeah, he's been in talks with Versalock, and he's gonna go with a Versalock wall, most likely here. But it's gonna be a pre-manufactured concrete block wall. It's less than 4 feet in height. Yeah, I think the only thing that it comes down to at the end is gonna be the aesthetics of it. But if he changes from the Versalock wall itself, he's gonna bring in a design change of the pre-engineered from the manufacturer.
Is he gonna get a plan of what he's got to Joe?
Yes, yep, that's not a problem at all. He has it actually.
That
in
way
his
he
car.
can
We
see
had
it.
it up here, yep. We can actually bring that back up for you, Joe. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
That way you can see what it's all about. I know you know all about it, but we like to have a plan from them, from the engineer to give to you.
Not a problem.
That way he can oversee it, because we're not around during the day.
Right.
Yep.
All right, that's been more than fair.
How many of us moved this?
Yeah, well, I was looking for the top of the system. When you say 4-foot high wall, this is really significantly higher than 4 feet. The
No.
grade, you got a grade change of 7 feet. Edge of road.
Yeah, we're running an 88 contour along the front, and at the top of the wall itself should be 92-ish.
These things are gonna be seen.
I guess my point is, you have an 87 contour of the road. The top of the system is 93, and that's probably about a 10-foot separation. So you get a 6-foot grade change from the top of the system to the edge of the road, about 10 feet away. I don't see how I can endorse this plan without a design on the plan, because the wall is a part of the system. You can't just build that system with that much of a change. From 94 down to, finished grade 94 down to 87. There's no way around it, that the wall is part of the system. So essentially, my point is, if we sign this plan, then whatever's done out there, we don't have any control over what's done.
He's gonna have to show,
Well, it says in Title V that you're supposed to have a design on the plan for retaining walls. And there's no, you really should have a cross-section through here of what exactly, how that's gonna happen. And that's pretty extreme. That's significant.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I mean, the way that we're looking at it is the face, the actual unexposed part of the wall is 3 feet and change, just under 4 feet is what we calculated it to be. And then as it goes up the hill, will be less open face. When it comes to these precast blocks, and the fact that we're 10 feet away from the system itself, so we have 5 feet in between the overdig and the system itself, allows us the ability to even go up to possibly a ready rock block if need be. So there's there's plenty.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a ready block, but I think that kind of detail should be on the plan. You know, a slope from, even a ready rock, the design is based upon whether it's level or whether you have an impact slope. You have an impact from 94 down to the top of the wall at 92, so you're bringing fill right into the top of the wall.
Mhm.
And then you got a vertical wall, and you're saying 3 to 4 feet, but the wall's gonna be buried so that it's below the road grade in case there was any washout. So this is a significant wall that I just don't see how you could, I don't see how a plan could be approved without the wall detail being on the plan as a part of the design.
If that's what you want, you'll have to put it
It's
on the
code.
detail.
I'm not saying what I want, I'm just saying it's in the code.
Fine, fine.
Look under 255, it's construction and fill. It literally says it. That the wall, and I know your plan says to be designed by an engineer, but I think before we sign this plan, it should be at least, okay, if you don't want to do it, then I understand, that's okay. There should be another piece of
Detail.
information that's attached to the plan as part of the permit.
No, I understand. So is there a way that we can approve the plan pending a stamped design from a structural engineer with the wall design?
Yes.
I think that's something that we can do, where we're working and we're
Yeah.
hoping to have something done. So
Correct.
if we
The
can-
permit would be subject to that, being
Sure.
reviewed by the board. Okay, I don't have a problem
Well, when does that happen?
you know,
Another month? That's what I'm
When,
asking.
when can you get this thing done?
I'm not gonna be designing the structural aspect. We'll find a
Well,
structural
in
engineer to do
the,
that.
most cases like that, if you can submit that particular part of the detail of that wall,
I mean, we can
we
sign
can always, we can sign off on a plan with that,
the
detail,
stipulation that you'd have it in.
subject to the detail. In other words, he would have to submit that for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I agree. It's like, sort of like,
So in other words, that way.
if you don't have town
you can-
water, the plan's subject to the well being put in,
Right.
the well water analysis,
Right.
so it's the same
So
thing. Be put on the
we
approval
can-
letter.
We can do it like that.
Sure.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll
The
reach out to.
faster you get a structural engineer to draw up something, have us look at it, and okay it, then you're all set.
Okay,
I would
understood.
think.
That we.
The plan looks all right, except for that.
That can be reviewed by the board, and then we
Yeah,
can.
I'll just,
let
I'll
Joe
get it
go
up
ahead
to you guys and, let you
Yep.
review it.
Yeah, we can-
Yeah, just put it on a little sheet, you know,
Yeah,
which
that's,
is what he's
yeah,
gonna do
it'll probably
anyways
be
with the
11 by
cross-section.
17,
Yeah.
you know.
And it'd be attached to the permit.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Yep.
As long as you understand what we want.
I think I fully get it.
Okay, can we get a motion to accept the plan as read with that stipulation?
I'll make the motion to approve the plan, with the stipulation that the permit is held until such time as an acceptable structurally engineered wall detail is supplied to go and attach to the plan. That
I'll
makes all
second the
sense.
motion.
Got
All
one?
in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
Okay.
We're good.
Oh, 2 sheets, sorry. Is this a same thing, or is it
One.
94?
Let's see what I don't know if it's necessary.
They get assigned their
Second
name.
one here is Mr. Sharon's.
Okay. Oh, we'll sign it later? We'll sign it later?
I'd rather you wait. You're gonna sign it?
Might as well.
I'm not gonna let anything happen anyway.
Is there just one thing or two?
So there's 2 sheets there.
I trust you.
I mean, they could, you know, in a sense, use what they have, what they design, but as long as they detail it out,
Yeah,
you know, and show that it's gonna be that height.
yeah, otherwise it's sort of a
I got it, just to
top
make
line,
sure.
do what you want, kinda, and we'll deal with consequences later, which isn't the best thing.
I haven't signed that other one, just the inside one.
Watch, yeah, watch the insides there.
Yeah, there's, somebody missed out on this one too.
Well, it's not technically the check, it's the result of the check. Result of the amount of the check. But it should have been mailed and it wasn't.
Okay, we're gonna jump around here, or?
The second one is Mr. Sharon.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy?
Jump around.
No, is that what it is?
Okay,
Next
105 Porter Street, Brian Mello, Sharon Associates, Rick?
How are you? Nice to see everyone. Rick? I was thinking, I think the last time I was here, Jerry Toussaint was still on the board. That's right, for years.
I took his place, that was,
That's right, so.
I was trying to time it.
Oh, God bless him, very good man. I want to come in on this one because this has been approved 3 years ago under the name of Leo Baldwin. And
The one you can hear.
And there were, at the time, there was a number of variances. If you remember, this was a lot that had a little trailer on it for years and years. Gentleman, the trailer passed away, left it to his brother Leo. Leo then got the permits on this, and it was sold to the current owner, Brian Mello. Brian came in, and one of the things that we had originally was we had the septic tank under the driveway in order to fit everything in. Well, he came in with a house design where the driveway was lowered, so it was like a raised ranch type house where you step up to the entrance, so the grades are higher there, but then they have to get down lower where the septic tank was. When we did that, there was no way to do that without having this house so high up in the air that we couldn't get the fill in the back of the house where the wetlands are. We couldn't get that in without building a huge retaining wall. So that's when I talked to Brian about it. I said, why don't we go back and see if we could get a variance to put the tank between the leaching field and the house. Now, there was already a variance granted there between the leaching field and the front of the house, but we can get the tank about 8 feet, I believe it is, off of the house. Yes, 8 feet is what we're proposing, rather than 10 feet. But that allows us to move that tank up to the front of the property where the higher elevation is.
What's the old one look like?
So no, that
It's
tank
not
was
much
over here.
different. It was actually
To this
different
side.
to
This
the tank.
side,
Yes, it was over there.
This is done
That's
on
where
the
the driveway
old
comes in,
policies.
the garage.
So we got a 2,000 tank
No.
too out of it.
Good.
Who set the old plan? Who done the plan? He beat you to it.
No, I don't get it.
So it was here before,
Yep.
it was a different style house, all right?
Yeah.
So he's come in with this style house, all right, where you can see you come in, and this raised area is beautiful because we can put a tank in there and not have it bursting out of the ground, but you gotta be lower for the driveway, you know, with this style. So that's what created the need to request this additional variance. But we haven't intruded into the reserve area, that's still being retained. Other than that, there were no changes other than just the location of the tank and where we're coming out of the house. There is a small wall, but I'd say it's more of a landscape wall than a retaining wall, just running along the edge of the driveway.
So the variances,
We need a variance now?
we had them before, but we have one extra.
One extra, and that would
Septic
be
tank, so
septic tank less than 10 feet off the cellar wall.
groundwater was before, and leaching area 15 off the cellar, and
I'm saying cellar wall, it really isn't that far below grade. The floor
Yeah.
of that is level with the
Just
garage
looking
wall.
at
That
the
slab is
raised ranch, right?
Yeah, it's just that you're coming in halfway up and then stepping down inside and stepping up to the first floor, the upper floor.
So what are you gonna be away from the foundation?
8 feet.
And that's gonna have a new tank.
Everything's new. You know, the trailer's gone, everything's been cleaned up. But here's the problem.
It's a
We
lot
have seen
wider.
most of the wetlands are above.
For the
So
most
we
part,
still
yeah.
have just a smaller place stone retaining wall, so it's only a foot or so higher now. But we were like 3 feet higher at that point. We couldn't do it.
A longer trailer.
Imagine trying to get permission to dig alongside the edge of wetlands to put a footing in for a wall.
I mean, what's it,
I mean, probably a block wall, segmented block we could do.
they'll make you wait 6 months.
Plus it'd be a big expense. I mean, the extra fill required plus the block wall. So this is this is a modular house, so this isn't under convention going in.
I don't see a problem with that variance, you?
Motion to approve the variances.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes for the variance, or vote the plan.
Motion to approve the plan.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right.
Nice
Thank you, guys.
Nice seeing you
I
again.
was worried, because I started talking about the retaining wall, that's why I had to stop you there,
There's
Dave.
no 7-foot wall there.
Good to see everybody.
You got nervous there for a minute, all right?
I'm always nervous if I did.
He's probably the easiest guy going here.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Take care. See ya.
That was just a, we're gonna keep that top one for our record. There was an error in there. But it's,
Okay.
all the white out on there. That was unexpected.
I saw him in the parking lot, and he's, you guys got all these cars out here for you? I was like, no, it's open until 7. It's like, oh.
No, actually, it's conservation.
Plus, they got a meeting time?
Yeah. I guess it's,
Okay, we're going to finish them up. 52 Pershing Avenue, Carlos and Maria Noguera, Alan Ewing Engineering, septic plan repair plan.
it's just a repair.
Any revisions on this one?
Not this one.
September 12th?
September 13th.
Oh, it's different.
The next one, I think this is the next one, yeah. So, yeah, this is right at the end of Pershing Avenue here, in the, what was that, Wayland Estates, is it?
Yeah.
It just, the fine sand down there, I think got the best of the system. I mean, it lived for 20 years, but when we did the Title V inspection, and popped the D-box, it was all backed up, so we checked the soils, did it. This one, I think, one of the comments was C33. This one, or the other one. Yeah, it was C33. I think that got changed.
53
As
years ago?
I remember.
You weren't even around, were
You
you?
never noticed this before?
Nope.
Two inspectors every time. You didn't know, or? No inspector. Karen and Tom, they were there.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah, right. Yeah,
97 and 2000.
That's pretty old.
Was it, it must have been reperked. No.
That was a long time ago, Joe.
Yeah, well, 97 would have been Karen. 2000 would have been Tom.
Is that when the house
Yeah,
was
it's right
built?
here.
97?
Would have been up in that vicinity, would have been perked,
Yes,
yeah.
that's Karen Ward.
20 years old.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
One or two stuff.
Yeah.
Just too far.
Mhm.
It's all sand down there.
It is.
Used to be the old sand pit.
You get the quick perk rate in the smaller systems and the big houses, and this is a good system, a little bit bigger. And you get the C33 around it. See that?
Motion to approve the plan.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Was she the zone evaluated at that time?
What is it?
Did,
It must have been, I mean, I can look back, but it must have been Karen did it, and then Tom must have wanted it again.
Yeah, he was doing that, I think. Yeah.
He did
Because it was in that transfer fund.
Yeah, yeah. Not to mention the fact that these places, Wayland Estates, I just knew it from the private world, was getting modified on a regular basis. It was like a bomb went off in there at the beginning of the hills, and, you know, it was on gravel pit, and they were in there flattening everything. So, you know, from the Tom standpoint, trying to see if the soils were the same, is probably a good plan.
And they were.
Yeah, just different elevations.
Yeah. Okay, we got one more, 11 Manapoiset Road, Edward and Nancy Silva.
So,
Alan Ewing,
12?
this is 12, yeah, but with the note. How about the pool? Yeah, you'll read it. So this, we went out and did this. The gentleman that lives there decided that he wanted to update his septic system because of the fact that he's still living there, but he just didn't want to leave any of his heirs with any issues. So we
can
went
I
out.
finish what we were reading here? Was a septic plan repair, one variance and one ground reduction 4 to 3 feet.
Sorry.
You were cut off.
I apologize.
Can't you see he's trying to speed up the meeting?
So, you know, there was a concern about the fact that this is gonna go where there's an existing pool. He wants to get rid of the pool. Absolutely doesn't want it there anymore. So in the fact that this ended up being a pretty slow perk rate on top of it all, they wanted to get it where the pool was. The concern is just to make sure that, the concern was to make sure that the soil conditions were the same under the pool and around the pool once it gets destroyed. So the engineer added that note. He does have it up in here already, notes about making sure that I'm on site, he's on site during the time that they're doing the bottom here to make sure it's all gonna be okay. And if there's any concerns, to be able to swap that around. It's really what it was. But I mean, from what I remember, this was a fairly deep perk anyways.
It is.
You know, it's at 56 inches. That's
That's
where the
what
soils,
Lucas
this
showed.
is Mattapoisett Road. That's where the soils change for the better. It's always down, you know, around 5-6 feet. So
That's
I
the
fully,
one. What's the water table there?
it's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Miles at 46?
Yeah, 46, so I mean, there's actually pretty good. Usually over here,
Usually over there,
it's higher.
yeah.
We'll look at that too when
Is
the
that-
time comes in.
Were you
There's a
there when
pump here,
they
so-
were doing that?
Yeah,
And that's what it came up with?
Oh, yeah.
The 46, huh?
Mhm.
Marvel.
I mean, we're gonna get a pretty good, by the time we're done digging, well, not anything to do with me, but by the time
Observe
they.
that hole very carefully.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a really big hole. It's gonna be 41 by 53. We'll definitely get a good soil profile there.
Yeah, I hope so.
And it's a pump, so in the event that it was significantly different once we get back here, you know, again, to bump it up.
Is the pool abandoned?
Is that down where?
When I was there, it was.
Like, is it empty, or is it?
No, it had water in it. When we got there, this was in the spring, wasn't it?
Is that near where Norman did that other system?
Early June.
No.
It's right at the beginning.
Oh.
Second house in?
Yeah, so when we were there, he's an older gentleman, and I think he's about 92. He hadn't got the pool up and running yet, but he wanted to get it going for a little while. He was saying that, you know, basically, yeah, the family that come down and use it don't come down that often. So he was gonna get it running one last time, and then after that, he was done. He doesn't wanna take care of it anymore. So it's all part of the plan, so to say. You know,
It just
they're
doesn't
taking the
sound
pool out anyway,
46
so.
inches. And that was done in the springtime, huh?
Well, early June.
I'll make a motion to accept the variance.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to accept the plan.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Rest
Motion
assured.
passes, and watch that when we do that.
Rest assured, I am the water table police. It's the one thing that I always make sure.
Because up that area usually is
Yep.
higher.
I know it well.
That lane wasn't filled or anything, right?
Wasn't
Was that lane
filled, no.
filled?
This is further up, so this is towards the beginning of Mattapoisett Road. You know, as you get down further, you get down where it's all wet. You
What's
tend to have a
Peppery
higher
there?
one. It was
35?
Yeah.
35.
Because that's about right over there. Was this yours?
The other system's been in there forever.
Because I know that new development, when we had, before we upped it to what, 1 and 30?
Another one right here. Sign
Before we went up to 1 and 30, they were like 100 and...
on. Oh, no, forget about that, it doesn't have that note on it. It's superseded basically, sorry about that.
I know that those lots in there were like at 1 and 30 up there.
Oh, yeah, well, your original 20.
We were
It
20,
had to be 20.
1 and 20, right,
Right.
Tom? And then they would not pass, and then when they went up to 1 and 30, everything passed in there.
Right.
And then everybody was wondering, what's going on?
That was, it was always tough. Acushnet was tough that way.
Okay. Okay, we've got some correspondence, we're gonna back up a little bit, a letter from community nurse and statistics for July 2019, that is presented, or it may be taken.
Motion to accept the,
Basically nothing.
motion to accept the
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Place this on file. Motion,
motion, place it on,
Second motion.
all in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approves of the plans. Tom, Dad, go home.
Mhm.
Any other business besides,
We're gonna discuss.
Mr. Mosquito's here?
We had discussion on
Yeah, what page? Yeah, one page.
Who's mine?
Is this it?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, discussion, 396 Middle Road, follow-up review of matters presented, votes may be taken. Joe?
This has been our exciting one, but they're there and working on it.
They are.
Oh, great.
Cool. I seen the truck up there today.
it. Motion,
Doing.
make a motion that Joe keeps an eye on that.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Nineteen Dowling Street, Title 5 sanitary code violation, review of matters presented, votes may be taken.
That continues to move in the right direction, too.
Same direction?
Yep, all good on that.
Motion to,
Keep Joe on it.
Second motion.
All in favor? Motion passes to keep Joe on it. I will pass. Sewer Summit, review of matters presented, votes may be taken. Joe?
So haven't heard anything new, but it's still there. I mean, the expectation would be when we get the CMP, the final, that the select board will reach out to us and set some sort of time and date and location for this.
motion to keep it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Late fee review of matter presented, votes may be taken, late fee.
So I will segue for you. Due to the fact that this office has been overwhelmed with mosquito issues, I have not had a lot of time
Put this one on your head.
to look into what I was planning, but we had talked about this. This would be a late fee that would go towards people that don't renew their licenses prior to January 1st. We send out ahead of time, so it would basically be an automatic fee that would be assessed if they don't renew, their food licenses.
Did we come up with a fee?
Yeah, he hasn't.
Yeah, I haven't
the next
Me and
meeting?
I put it on there and just wanted you guys to think about it and see if you seem that you would be interested in it, and it's really me, I
Well,
haven't.
you shouldn't have to be chasing these people, Joe.
Right,
You know,
That's the
they know
point.
it's an obligation, they got this, they should be in here to pay the dues.
we're sending them out in November, giving them plenty of time, and
Yeah.
we've been working really hard to make sure that they go out nice and early.
We'll have to come up with some kind of a fee.
All right, I'll make a
Yeah,
motion
sure.
that Joe work on the, a fee, some type of a fee schedule on that, and, we'll keep it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Just a quick question, that's for licenses for food handling?
No, it would be for anything that we issue,
Oh, well,
except
but like
for,
a excavating
Yeah,
contractor,
no.
he's not gonna pull a license
No,
unless he
no.
has
I-
a job.
no, that, agreed, that's a different story with the way that that's set up. I
Those
mean,
that
they
are,
don't-
those that are required to continue
Right,
to keep their.
Like permits for
licenses, yes.
animals and stuff like
Okay.
that.
exactly,
That's what I
exactly,
wanted.
stuff that's due, I mean, those are not due until somebody pulls it for a job. We don't require that they're relicensed.
If you don't
The
have no
awful-
work for that,
But the awful haulers, we do, so they're required to be
Sure.
licensed, and you know, so those are the kinds, some of the awful haulers are awful.
well, I can agree with that.
Yeah, yeah, we know all about that.
Real
How
awful.
much, but how much is the permit for an awful license? 2 million? But again, like some of them on our list, aren't there some that you barely see them once or twice a year? And
Yeah,
wouldn't it make sense for them to pay it when they actually have a job?
No, because, no, in that, I would say no, because if you allow one into the town that isn't licensed at the beginning of the year, you never know if they're gonna be here. You know, so I'll kind
Okay,
of bump into them.
I'm with you, I'm
Yep.
with you, I see it.
And they'll try
I
to
see the
sneak
line.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
sneak in, sneak out.
I'm sure they sneak in and sneak out. We can't catch them all.
Okay,
Okay.
That
well,
was my motion
That was
anyways.
his motion.
Keep it on the agenda for the
second
next.
motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, we have any minutes to approve here?
Yes, I'll make a motion we approve August 27th, 2019 minutes.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Next meeting.
Twenty-second and twenty-ninth, I would.
29.
Do we have a bunch of stuff there? That's what?
Close to home. Bob's any parties?
Nobody's he's gotta get ready for the Halloween.
What would be the cutoff on the 22nd?
22nd would be the 10th.
No, 18. Oh, no.
The 22nd would be the 10th, which gives us no time.
I would prefer the
29th
29.
would be the 17th.
Okay, October 29th it is.
All right,
Something comes up, we can always adjust.
yeah. Good. Motion to adjourn.
Second
Wait a
motion.
minute, I can't put this
Oh,
thing up
sorry.
yet.
Oh, well.
You guys are rushing me. You sign, did you sign it? Did you? Okay, can we focus on this here? Town of Acushnet is at critical risk, Eastern equine encephalitis triple E. Do all you can to prevent the bite. Avoid outdoor activities dusk to dawn. Avoid overnight camping, especially near freshwater swamps. Wear insect repellent when outdoors, even during the day. Remove standing water, like if you have old tires or pools or anything like that.
Bird baths.
Bird bath, dump them upside down and leave them upside down. For more information, see Mass Department of Public Health website www.mass.gov/dph. And this is something really critical, and don't think it's a joke, it's not a joke, because it's really a critical thing around here, so take it to advise and be careful. Thank you.
Okay. Can I motion to adjourn?
Was there something about vaporing today?
Yes,
Can we make that quick if you guys want?
I don't know, should you make that quick, because we don't have all that information?
It's not on the agenda.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can say is that Charlie Baker did, declare a public health emergency, and that in regards to vaping, and his expectation would be to have have an emergency stop on all retail vaping
It's a 4-month moratorium.
for 4 months.
I read it.
But it has to go through the Department of Public Health Council first, and I haven't received any information from that, although it's expected to be received tonight, and it would go into effect, that order would go
I
into effect.
I just heard about it.
Yep.
So I figured I'd bring it up, and if Governor Baker has it publicized, I mean, we can publicize it too. I don't see a problem with public
Well,
health.
they haven't come to the final decision yet, so.
Oh, that's
What
all
we're
right.
gonna do, but it probably will become.
Okay, Tom, you can make your motion.
I did.
I'll second the motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.